Boys Eve traces his family tree with some surprising results. The green grass kicks off Friday night BBC1 comedy tonight at 8:30.
Deborah, how are you feeling? Let me try taking this off. There. It's all right.
It's hard to breathe.
Yes. Forget about your lungs. Think about something else. Focus on your journey. Then, when you're thinking about other things, breathing will look after itself. Yes? I want to carry on the treatment I performed on you last week, yes? Realigning the energy in and around your body.
It's called Qi, isn't it?
You've been reading up. Yes. Qi is the Chinese word for the energy field in our bodies. In India, it's called prana, and in the West, it's known as bioplasmic energy. But whatever we call it, the important thing is to realign it. Then your body will heal the tumour by itself.
I know relaxation's such a part of it, but when I'm waiting for treatment, I get pretty tense.
Well, maybe you're thinking about everything that's connected to it. You know, will it work? If it works, when will it work? Should I be feeling more in my legs? Instead of just thinking about the treatment in that room at that time.
So you're saying I should live more in the moment?
Well, it used to be your motto, didn't it?
And it will be again?
I don't believe it.
That's because your middle name is cynical.
Page 3.
I didn't know it's that sort of paper.
What's this?
Very amusing.
Nurse failed to save my husband.
What?
It's a story about how Archie failed to save a man's life. We didn't know about this.
And his wife says that his indecision and inexperience were to blame.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
Not my words, although...
Is this true? Because he hasn't said anything about this.
OK, listen, that's enough. He's going to need all our support right now, OK? I just hope he hasn't seen this.
Still ticking?
You're very upbeat today.
Yeah, I saw my specialist at St Phil's yesterday.
And what did she say?
I'm getting better. Well, I mean, she didn't actually say that, but she showed me my latest scan and my primary tumour's got a bit smaller. So that's a good sign, isn't it?
Deborah, shrinkage of a primary tumour is good, but it doesn't mean to say that you're cured. I mean, we know that it spread throughout your body.
I'm going to make it.
I admire a positive attitude.
No, I am.
Deborah, do you remember when I spoke to you about denial being a normal feeling in your condition?
I know about denial, and this isn't it.
What is it then?
Hope.
Well, hope is good, but I'm sure things will get even brighter when you go on your big trip.
I'm not going to Australia.
What about being with your brother?
I'll see him another time.
But Deborah, there may not be another time. What happened to all that watching the sunrise over Sydney Opera House with a glass of champagne?
It's, well, I can't afford to go.
But I thought you already saved up.
I've found something that might change things. A treatment that might save me, Dr. Fenton.
Deborah.
I know it's clutching at straws, but I need the money for this, and it's my only chance. You said that we have to explore every option. Well, this is my final option. It seems to be working. Christopher Fitch. He's a faith healer. And he can help me.
It's just a message to say that I'm back from a fantastic weekend. I feel great. I just wondered if you want to hook up for a drink later.
Hey, Nick, yeah, I'm up for it.
Especially if you stretch some crisps.
Who said I'm paying?
Nothing changes.
Actually, it does. You want to hear about my weekend?
Save it till later, eh? There's someone at the door.
Sure. I'll see you at the Icon just after 2.
Yeah, see you.
I don't know where to start, Deborah. You're a vulnerable woman, and some unscrupulous people prey on vulnerability, on desperation.
Christopher Fitch is a good man. He uses a technique that realigns the bioplasmic energy in my body so that I can heal the tumour myself. He's created his own unique therapy from existing therapeutic touch techniques.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, don't worry, you don't have to know the ins and outs.
As your doctor, I would like to know. And how much is this costing?
Well, it's not cheap.
So why doesn't that surprise me?
No, but as Mr. Fitch says, I mean, what price can you place on health?
So you paid him with your savings, the money you were going to use to go to Australia?
I've still got enough left for the rest of my treatment, and then I might be well enough to work again. I can earn my own money to see Michael in Australia. Now that I've had the initial course, Mr. Fitch says that, he can give me psychic surgery. It's a treatment that's really old. It's older than most Western medicine. With it, he can remove my tumour.
I'm worried about this, Deborah.
That's because you don't understand. Look, no offence to you, but Mr. Fitch said you wouldn't understand. I think I've taken up enough of your time, Dr. Fenton. My cab will be here, so...
Wait, you need your prescription for morphine?
No, I don't. That's the other thing I came to tell you. I'm stopping my medication, all of it.
I would advise strongly against that.
I've got hope, Dr. Fenton. That's all I need. No. You know as well as I do. You can't force me to take it.
I know, but I can ask you to think very carefully about what you're doing. What if you're putting your hopes on something that doesn't actually work?
Thank you, Dr. Fenton.
Come in. Oh, hi. What are you doing here?
I brought you the cake.
Why?
Cake for Bracken's party.
Yeah, I know what it is. I'm just confused as to why it's here.
I've picked it up. Now I'm going to meet a client. Then I'm going to pick up the birthday girl. And then we're going to come back and pick you up. So I might as well stay here until after morning surgery, save it shunting around with the boot of the car.
That's not what we arranged.
Is it not?
No. I knew I should have written this on the whiteboard. You were going to see your client and then pick up the cake.
The client brought the meeting forward.
Well, I can't have it here, because I could knock into it or something.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm doing my best with the vague instructions you left me this morning.
Oh.
And I'm trying to run a business. Have we turned into George and Mildred?
No. She had worse stress sense and he was more dynamic.
Love you.
Yeah. Oh, for Pete's sake. Ronnie!
Sorry, have you got a moment? I wondered if you've heard of something called psychic surgery.
Vaguely.
Well, I've got a patient, Deborah Rankin, whose cancer has metastasised and she's latched onto it as some sort of magic cure.
I'd offered to do some surfing for you on the web, but I'm
Don't
busy
worry,
and
I'll have a look myself.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my cab.
Oh, you can wait inside.
No, I don't like looking at the Christmas tree. Reminds me of happier times, really.
Catch your death of cold out here.
Uh-oh. Sorry. I'm okay. It's my own fault. I stopped my painkillers. I thought I didn't need them.
Come on. Oh, Vivian, could you get Dr. Fenton, please?
Oh, no, I just need the prescription. Will you give me the whole I told you so lecture?
Oh, I shouldn't think so now. It's not his style.
You can't do without it.
So it seems.
Look, I know this is a blow for you. You thought this healing was working. But you have to accept the fact that perhaps it's not. This will definitely help ease the pain and alleviate some of the symptoms.
It's not a cure, though, is it?
It's not a cure, no.
I don't know what to do.
Take it. It'll help you more than this psychic surgery or whatever.
Hello? Yeah, it's a message from Mr. Fitch. Can you tell him that Deborah Rankin won't be coming back for any more treatment? That's right.
I must insist you turn that off.
Oh, it's okay. I'm all finished.
So what do you think about the stuff I found on the net?
Well, to be honest, and it pains me to say it, I don't think this alternative therapy is very convincing. I bet you never thought you'd hear me say those words.
Ooh, can I record them?
Don't push it. I just didn't realise that psychic surgery was such big business, especially in the Philippines and South America. And they've even successfully set up surgeries here in Britain and the US. It does seem to rely more on belief than science, though.
I know.
So how was Deborah?
She's changed her mind about giving up on the medicine.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
But I'm worried that she could change her mind again.
Well, you can't force her to stay away from him.
Maybe not. Thanks very much.
Joe Fenton. Hmm? Okay. Christopher Fitch. Very pleased to meet you.
Thanks for fitting me in at such short notice.
Not at all, not at all. So, this seems to be a gallstone problem, is that right?
Yes, I didn't want to take conventional drugs for it, so I wondered if you had something more naturalistic.
I'm going to look into your eye. Do you mind?
It's gallstones in the gallbladder.
No, of course, Joe. But what I'm doing is called iridology. It's a technique for assessing well-being from marks on a person's iris, and I'm looking for any marks that indicate the severity of your gallstone problem.
And are there?
I won't lie to you. It's quite severe.
Is it?
It is, but we can do something about it, and quickly. And what I'd like to do is perform on you a technique that we call therapeutic touch. You see, Joe, your body is surrounded by energy, invisible to the naked eye, of course, but your energy is disrupted, which means your body can't heal itself as effectively as it might.
And is there any scientific evidence that these techniques work?
There's a wealth of historical testimony, Joe, from all around the world.
But what about hard evidence, studies in journals?
Let me tell you about the scientific journals, shall I? They don't agree with these techniques. They dismiss them, they rubbish them, but not because the techniques don't work, but because the scientific journals are controlled by the pharmaceutical companies, and they won't let anything disturb their monopoly. You look surprised.
I am.
Yes, and that's quite understandable. Most people don't know anything about all this.
I bet. Right, so how much is all this going to cost?
Well, it won't be cheap, I'm afraid. You're going to need quite a number of sessions for gallstones of this severity. Joe, what price do we place upon our health?
Exactly.
Good. Good. So, let's see. Yes, I have your name, I have your address. All I need is a signature.
And all I need is some time to think it over. Thanks very much.
In the same way as you've got a pulse in your cardiovascular system, you've got one in your craniosacral system.
And in English?
The fluid that surrounds your brain and your spinal cord. So, the practitioner, she places her hands on my spine and gently identifies any disruptions in my system. Disruptions caused by the accident.
Great.
You don't sound convinced.
I'm not the one having it done.
It is a scientific technique, albeit an alternative therapy.
That's all right then. Trust your body to feng shui or whatever.
Okay. What's up?
What do you think?
I don't know. What, you get a speeding ticket?
Funny guy.
Yeah.
No. It's you and this whole retreat business. When I get back from the loo, I'd like to talk about something else, if you don't mind.
You okay?
Perfect.
When something like this happens, it's only natural to relive every single moment of it and wonder what you could have done differently. And as hard as it is, you just have to carry on.
Life goes on.
Well, I know it's a cliche.
Everyone knows. Everyone's talking about me, judging me.
This does not reflect what happened. Only one person knows what really happened.
Yeah, well...
And you know that you did everything you could. You could have attempted the tracheotomy and he could have died anyway. Or you could have survived and then you'd have been criticised for doing it.
I'm sorry if I was banging on about this retreat. I'm excited, that's all. It's a glimmer of hope.
You don't need hope. You need to accept things. This treatment isn't going to make you walk again. And you're building up your hopes for nothing.
So you think?
I'm your friend, I will. This is your life now. And it may seem to you it's all about stretching up to reach the counter in a pub, people ignoring you or talking to you if you're stupid. And I don't know, trying to find a ramp instead of stairs so you can get anywhere. But there's lots of things that can still be the same as they were before.
I'm not giving up. This is temporary for me.
For goodness sake, Nick, your life won't improve until you accept this. This stupid therapy isn't going to bring back the old Nick. He's gone. All it's doing is giving you false hope and annoying the hell out of me. You and that George woman are deluding yourselves. Give it up. And the other thing, do you know how insulting all of this is? You're treating it like it's second best, whereas for some of us, just our lives.
Well, that's it. For me, it's not.
What, it's not cool enough for you?
I didn't mean that. It's just before I was so active.
You can be active now, or did you think you'd just play at being disabled until you got bored of it?
So what? You want me to give up? Is that it?
It's not giving up, it's accepting.
And how would you feel if I gave up?
Meaning?
Well, I presume you'd be happy.
Oh, yeah, because I'm a bit of a twisted cow as well, thanks.
Now, come on, you worry that if I walk again, I won't want to know you. Isn't that it?
Well, you tell me.
And all the time I'm in this chair, you think there's a chance for us?
A chance? Yeah, because I find whining, deluded, arrogant fools irresistible.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're the idiot if you think you'll walk again and return to the climbing club like nothing's happened and be a proper man again. Accept your life as it is now, because nothing's going to change. And I don't want to know you until you realise that. Thanks for the drink.
Hello, Deborah. I just go around to see why you cancelled your appointments with me. Are you all right?
Come in.
Hi.
Hi, where's Bracken?
With Vivian. And she's dressed like a fairy, kind of.
Vivian?
There's something else.
What, Nick's dressed as a gnome?
No, Mr. Adderley is having surgery this afternoon, and he's insisting that I change his will.
No, he'll have to get another solicitor.
George.
You're not missing Bracken's party.
Well, it shouldn't take long.
What, so in the meantime, I have to host the party, deal with 5 toddlers and their mums, all of whom will be saying, "Where's your husband?" in a slightly superior fashion. Thanks a lot.
I was hoping you'd drop me at his on the way back home.
Well, you'd better be there by the time she blows out her candles, or one of us will be sleeping in the car. And it won't be me.
I felt better since our session this morning. And since a scan at the hospital yesterday, I felt things were changing.
Then you went to see your doctor.
He wasn't keen on me seeing you.
They never are.
But I didn't cancel you because of that. I did it because I suddenly felt ill. I'd stopped my medication. I felt I didn't need it anymore. Your therapy was curing me. Or so I thought.
It was. But it'll take time.
I haven't got time.
Thank you for explaining. Deborah, good luck. But what?
I thought you'd try to convince me to come back.
Your destiny's in your own hands. What I offer you is just an option to consider. It's not for me to impose my work on you, rubbish your doctor's opinion. He's a professional, so am I. We offer you different things, but we both want the same result, which is you, well again, free of this awful disease. If you prefer to take a path with him, a path which treats the symptoms rather than at ease itself. It's your prerogative.
Wait.
Okay, what is it? You've barely spoken.
I'm fine.
Look, I haven't said a word about what you told me the other day, if that's what you're thinking.
That doesn't matter now.
Well, why not?
I don't know, I just thought you would have done the same thing in my situation. You know, not have attempted the tracheotomy.
I told you, I don't know what I'd have done.
You'd have saved him.
Maybe not.
Well, you would have tried. I know you would.
It's a big house. What is it you used to do?
Oh, no, it's my mum's house. I could never have afforded it, especially now.
And where is your mother?
Oh, I'm not the first in my family to have this illness. I'm going to be the first one to beat it.
And you will be. You will be. It's okay. It's all right. I'll get it.
Hello, I wondered if Deborah was at...
This is a coincidence.
Not really. I'm her doctor. Excuse me.
Dr. Fenton.
I came to warn you about seeing this man again.
Deborah, I must ask you to tell him to leave.
I'm about to have some treatment. You don't have to worry. I'm not stopping my pills. I'm doing it all. Pursuing every avenue.
Well, don't let me stop you. If you don't mind, I'll stay by and watch.
Well, I've got nothing to hide.
Mr. Fitch?
Deborah, psychic surgery depends upon a supportive atmosphere of belief.
Oh, I can believe in it. I believe in it as a cruel contrick.
You don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you stick to your ultrasounds and ingrowing toenails and leave the higher planes of medicine to me?
Has he explained to you how psychic surgery works?
Of course I have.
Then you'll know that the surgeon places his hands, without making a cut, seemingly by magic, inside the patient's body.
Yes.
Very impressive. No scalpel, no cuts.
Your point is?
And then he delves around and pulls out the malignant tissue. Of course, it does help if he brings the malignant tissue with him.
Get out of my bag.
So what's inside this? Animal entrails, is it? Isn't that how it works, Mr. Fitch? With a bit of sleight of hand.
Deborah, I can't work under these conditions with him. His cynicism and his lies. You must tell him to leave.
Open up the towel, unless you've got something to hide. Well, go on. And if you want to know more, there are newspaper stories on the internet which could put him out of business. In fact, they frequently have, haven't they? There was a woman in Nottingham who remortgaged her house to pay for your spurious treatment, and the Glasgow Echo ran a campaign to discredit him. Then in Liverpool, there were 3 patients...
This is a vendetta.
I haven't even started. Careful, sit down. Come on. Just breathe. Okay, breathe deeply. Just breathe deeply.
3 cancellations in a row. Could have stayed in the bar and got wasted.
People will be cancelling on me soon. Or if they do come in, they'll be whispering about me.
Don't worry about it. It's tomorrow's fish and chip paper.
I, and I quote, failed to revive the loving family man. They make out as if I had a choice.
Archie, when you come out of here, turn left and you'll come across the room that I fondly refer to as the nurse's treatment room. You might not remember it.
All right.
Ooh, what's it with you, face ache?
There's an article about him in the paper.
Oh.
A half-decent nurse would have done more.
Archie, why didn't you tell me about this?
A split second. That's all I had to make the decision.
You know, it doesn't mention any of the positive things. Like the fact that he dragged Russell from the water in the first place, gave him CPR. It doesn't mention any of that.
You okay? Sorry I couldn't get your money back.
That's okay, Dr. Fenton. Sending him away is like sending away my hope.
It's not the end of the road.
So what hope can you give me?
I'll do the best I can. We'll continue with the treatment, and if any new approaches come to light, then we'll incorporate them.
maybe I could still get to Australia. Sell the house or something. I could see the sunrise over Sydney Opera House. With my brother. And as decent a bottle of champagne as we can afford.
How's it going?
Oh, you know, Jemima's been sick, Henry's had too much sugar, and, Christina tried to steal Bratton's fairy wings, so normal party, really.
I'm sorry.
Just sort the will.
So I got here before the candles were lit.
Oh, only just.
Does that mean I can sleep in the house?
We'll see. That's yours. Come on then, sweetheart, time to blow out your candles. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bracken. Happy birthday to you. Shall we blow out the candles? Yes!
Does seem very one-sided. Suppose it's all from the grieving widow's point of view. How's Archie doing?
Well, he's been quiet most of the morning. When he does talk, it's just about that stupid article.
I suppose people panic in stressful situations. What do you think, Nick?
Tracheotomy is a difficult call.
But maybe if that was the only option, then he should have done one.
Nurses aren't trained to do it, are they?
Bet Michelle would have. That's the difference between a good nurse and a great one.
This man stood by and he watched my husband die.
I'm so sorry.
Alan! Alan!
I know what you need.
They didn't kill Alan Stanley, who did?
I've no idea, Sherlock, but I'll find out. There's clearly an issue here.
Yeah, there is you. Sticking your nose in when it's none of your business.
Archie?
Are you arresting me?
So, who won the crucial game of pool? EastEnders tonight at 8 on BBC1. Next this afternoon, it's Neighbours.